Welcome, Tamers. I'm Jack, also known as Jack Attacks. Veedramon is a fan favorite, and in today's video, we will take a look at a deck focused around the Veedramon line. Remember, I do have a giveaway going on the channel for a sealed box of Battle of Omni. Check the link in the description below to find out how to enter. We will start with our Digitama, and since this is a Veedramon focused deck, of course we went with Digimon. Digimon has an inheritable that when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has jamming, draw one card. Next up we have our level 3 Digimon, starting with the Veemon from set 1.5. Veemon has an inheritable on your turn once per turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, draw one. Then we have the Veemon from Great Legends that has jamming, arguably one of the strongest level 3 Digimon in the game. Stravimon is up next and has an on-play ability that you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add one Digimon that has hybrid in its type and or a blue Tamer to your hand. Lastly, we have the Promo Gomamon that has an inheritable on your turn once per turn. When you trash a Digivolution source of one of your opponent's Digimon, gain one memory. Let's move on to our level 4 Digimon. First off, we have Veedramon from set 1.5 with on your turn, if you have a blue Tamer in play, it gains jamming. We can see Stravimon works well here, as it helps us find one of our blue Tamers so Veedramon can gain jamming. Then we have Lobomon. This card has an ability that we can Digivolve on top of one of our blue Tamers as if it were a level 3 blue Digimon for 2 memory. Stravimon also can grab Lobomon as it has hybrid in its type. Last for our level 4 Digimon, we have Colomon, our blocker of choice, due to its cheap Evo cost. Next up is our level 5 Digimon. First off, we have Veedramon that has when Digivolving, if you have a blue Tamer in play, unsuspend one of your blue Digimon, as well as an inheritable that on your turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gains jamming. Cryspelgermon is our next level 5 Digimon of choice, with a when Digivolving ability to trash the bottom Digivolution cards of all your opponent's Digimon. It also has an inheritable on your turn. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, this Digimon gets security attack +1. Then we have our level 6 Digimon, and our boss monster of choice is UlforceVeedramon. With this Digimon having a your turn ability that when one of your blue Tamers becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon, and a once per turn ability on your turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended, gain one memory. This combos extremely well with both our level 5 Digimons. Veedramon, which gives UlforceVeedramon jamming, or Cryspelgermon, which gives UlforceVeedramon security attack +1. Allowing us to do multiple security checks per attack if an opponent has Digimon with no Digivolution sources. We already see that Cryspelgermon is able to remove sources, and we'll discuss more moving forward, starting with our secondary boss monster, and that's Hexablaumon. Hexablaumon has a when attacking ability that trashes up to 2 Digivolution cards from one of your opponent's Digimon, and if your opponent has a Digimon that has no Digivolution sources in play, it gains jamming, as well as its all-turn ability where opponents' Digimon with no Digivolution sources cannot attack or block. The level 7 of choice is Blitz Omnimon, as it gives us our final attack needed to win games. For options, we play Hammerspark, as all blue decks do. This card is always an automatic 4-of in any blue deck just due to the pure power of it. Then there is the fun part of the deck, and that's the Tamers. What type of Veedramon deck would we be if we didn't play Rena? Rena has a your turn ability that when you attack with one of your blue Digimon, you may suspend this Tamer to give your Digimon +1 KDP, as well as an on-play ability that you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add one Digimon card with V in its name to your hand. Then place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. This can get us one of our Veedramon, Veedramon, UlforceVeedramon. Rena has a total of 20 possible targets in this deck it can hit. Thor and Joe have a start of your turn ability that if your opponent has a Digimon in play with no Digivolution cards, gain 2 memory. And then a your turn ability that when you attack with a blue Digimon, you may suspend this Tamer to trash up to 2 Digivolution cards from one of your opponent's Digimon. Both of these Tamers combo well with UlforceVeedramon. Let's quickly go over how this works. For example, we have an UlforceVeedramon with a Veedramon, a Veedramon, and a Veemon from set 1.5 under it, and a Sora Joe in play. I declare an attack at my opponent's security. I then tap Sora and Joe to remove Digivolution cards from an opponent's Digimon. Note, your opponent does not have to have a Digimon in play or a Digimon with Digivolution cards in play to be able to use Sora and Joe's ability. We then would unsuspend UlforceVeedramon and gain 1 memory. and then would activate Arrow Veedramon's Inheritable, giving UlforceVeedramon jamming, and also activate Veemon's ability, allowing you to draw one card. You would then move to security checks. This would allow us to attack again since UlforceVeedramon is unsuspended. You can repeat this process for however many Tamers you have in play. Remember, once per turn triggers cannot be used more than once per turn. This deck focuses around the synergies with Tamers to boost its power level. Strabimon is played for this reason to help find our Tamers as well as Lobomon. Lobomon gives us another angle of attack, allowing us to abuse our Tamers. We have a small sub-theme of Digivolution card removal to empower our secondary boss monster, Hexablaumon. Overall, I think this deck is a ton of fun, and if you like Veedramon Digimon line, you definitely should try it out. Remember, we do have a giveaway going on. Make sure to check the link in the description below to find out how to enter. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, like, comment, and subscribe. With all that being said, I'm kinda done here and I gotta go. Bye.